Jeremy was a live stream. We're gonna go live. FIO is live across the planet. Nobody knows if anybody can hear me. Never done it before, but today's the day. If anyone wants to join in, come along. It's gonna be our first time ever. Don't know if anything's gonna work. Nothing will probably work. We're gonna figure it out as we go along. Alright, now we've got a microphone. Maybe this will work after all. We'll give it a go. Play back. Oh my god, it's working. I guess I see people chatting. Hey, Fraudy! It's actually working. Alright, today's the day. We've gone live. Straight from my little hidey hole cave in Antarctica. This is the first time you've ever heard my voice. I've actually got it running through a synthesizer, so this isn't my real voice. I'm telling somebody else to talk for me. But we'll give it a go. Now, I've never done it before, so we might have to see a few crashes. Might work. Yeah. What's the time over that part of the planet? It's like 5 o'clock in the morning here, so I stayed up all night trying to figure it out. Alright. Should we look into a secret file when Jeremy was a hero? The true story when Jeremy actually did something right? There was a time he did the right thing. You know, Jeremy, he'd be the first to jump in. He would have been out and about in his uniform. I don't know if he was impersonating police that night, but he happened to be at a 7-Eleven at the right time, the right moment. His whole life he'd been looking forward to that moment. And it happened. Need volume. Okay, let's have a look. Thanks, Jeff. I need volume. Alright, I'll turn it up a bit. Let's have a try this one. Can you hear my voice? Can anyone hear my voice? Desktop audio. We'll try these things. Press that button. Press this button. Alright. Let's see if that works. Can anybody hear my voice? Can anybody hear me? Am I talking to myself? I'm probably sitting here talking to myself. Hey, Cynthia, Gia, Kong, Johnny C, CPR, Lisa, Spute. Oh, you can hear me? Couldn't you hear me before? Have I been talking to myself this whole time? Hilarious. Yeah, that'd be right. But, you know, just trying to figure this out. Have I just started? Could you hear me earlier, or is it just turned up? 91. How do you even say that? 91. You know it looks like the word spew, right? You know what spew means. Gonna go have a chuck. You're not spewing up. Did you spew up? 91. Anyway. Who wants to see? I've actually got a couple of options here. Yeah, you can hear me. I'm actually Russian and I've got a really thick accent. So hopefully you can understand me alright. You might need translation. I've got the voice running through a synthesizer, so because I'm very, what's the word? Very shy about my voice. I don't like using my voice, so I had to run it through a synth. It's the only way I do it. Hey, Sarge. The Quobacks. I don't even know how to say that word. The Walkerbacks. The Quobacks. Alright, let's have a look at what we're going to have a look at today. We'll give it a go. Just, I know, nobody believed that Jeremy actually did something right. Of course he did. What do you think he wasn't out there always looking for an opportunity for him to be a policeman? And one day it finally happened. He got to be the cop. Yeah, he got a bit of an echo, have I? Let's put that down there. It is. And maybe it's picking. I don't know how, because I've got no audio myself. Probably my useless Bluetooth headset. Maybe I'll turn down the volume a bit, just to see what happens. We'll turn this one down. You know, it's not like there's a class you go to how to do a live stream. Just figure it out. This is why I don't do live streams. I'd rather just make a video. At least I can plan it all in advance. You know, redo it, watch it again, just type what I want to say. It's much easier. But it takes forever, and some things you just can't make a video about. And there's no way I could make a video about this story. Don't have the, well, I do have the pictures, but I don't know if they're really. It'd be a 3-hour video. It'd have to be a tally movie, 6-parter. I should use my phone as well. That way I could kill a screen. Alright, sorry, we're going pretty slow here. No, I'm not even going to bother doing that. Alright, you just want to see the story because I know they do. Okay, here we go. We're going to pop this up on the screen for all to hide, all to see. The day you saved the world. Jeremy actually did something good. Some of you are probably looking at, thanks, Sarge. Thanks, mate. Can you read the screen? You're probably half used on mobile phones anyway. Make it a bit bigger. So this is an Orlando police report. I don't think anyone's ever come across this report because when I put in a FIO request, sometimes you have an exact incident you're looking for and you'll give a name and a date or like a month, for example. I might be looking for, I don't know the exact time, but I'll give a range. Whereas sometimes I'll just throw in a FIO and say, tell me everything under this guy's name that happened from 2005 till 2015. Costs a lot of money, but, you know, you guys are helping with that. So this is a report that turned up in one of those FIO requests when I asked for everything. So I don't know if anybody else got it. I'm sure others have had it, other channels, but nobody wants to report the good stuff that Jeremy did. You know, I wasn't too keen on it, but it's not really fair just to report the shit stuff. So I couldn't be bothered making a video on it. Alright, I'll read it to you because I know some of you won't be able to see. You know, I haven't read since my daughter was like 5 years old. And even then I was bad at it. So this is Orlando. This was when I think he must have been living. I don't understand the jurisdictions, the areas anyway. You know, it's all Florida to me. It's all America. Florida down the other end. Small down there. Okay. So on September 18, 2014, 17:32, 5:30 basically, I, Officer N. Kim, along with Officer Gribble, perfect name, Officer Gribble, sure he's never copped any shit over that, and assisting units, responded to the area of redacted. Reference to a suspicious person, it wasn't Jeremy though. The dispatcher described the subject as a blank, wearing a white t-shirt and a blue jean shorts, only one. The subject was carrying a large black machete and was later identified as Brandon W. Teague. I made contact with the victim, Blank, and I observed severe injuries to her face. Blank was covered in blood. Blank had a large bump over her right eye and it was swollen shut. Blank also had 2-inch-long laceration above her left swollen eye. Blank said she was attacked by Tony, who her boyfriend Teague worked together for a day on a house located in Blank. Blank described Tony as a skinny black male dark complexion, in his 40s, and wearing a blue shirt and blue jeans. Blank was treated by Orlando Fire Department and transported to Orlando Regional Medical Center for injuries. Why do you spell centre that way? Don't you know how to spell centre? I made contact with witness Jeremy C. DeWitt. DeWitt provided a verbal statement and a sworn written statement. DeWitt stated Teague entered the 7-Eleven gas station located at 1350 North Mills Avenue, looking for a black male. What? He was there looking. Teague told DeWitt that his girlfriend, blank, was attacked and raped at a house on blank, 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 which is actually blank by Tony. Got to clean up the screen a bit. Oh, I'm doing wrong here, unfortunately, when putting DeWitt's name there. Yeah, it does outweigh. That's right. But I'm amazed he hasn't told us all about this, Sarge. Why isn't he, at least somehow mentioned it in his sly way, You guys don't know what I did once and I can't talk about it. Just amazed he's never said anything. Yeah, where am I up to? Immediately chased after him. Teague told DeWitt that his girlfriend was attacked and raped at a house on Runner. And we know Teague saw Tony in the meeting. Okay. Which is actually, I'm assuming it's the address there, by Tony, who is approximately 6'2" to 6'3" in height. DeWitt stated Teague saw Tony and immediately chased after him with a long object. DeWitt stated he followed Teague and Tony via car. DeWitt stated he lost Tony when he jumped some fences. Just drive through him, maybe he didn't have his bike. DeWitt stated he drove to the house and found blank with her injuries. DeWitt notified and updated the 911 dispatcher the address to the house. I made contact with witness Teague. Teague provided a verbal statement and a sworn written statement. Teague said he and blank met Tony at 7-Eleven gas station. Always the 7-Elevens. What was the other 7-Eleven? He got caught. Oh yeah, when he was doing the scam at Kmart. And the cop took the report. And one night he was driving along and he saw the black, one of those cop cars you'd all drive, used to Vic 20s or something, the computer. What is the name of those police cars that everyone had in the 90s? Anyway, they saw this cop was driving around one night looking for a black fake police car with two guys in it in black uniforms, and he spotted them in the middle of the night speeding down the road, and he followed them into a 7-Eleven. Anyway, he probably just goes there to get free fuel. Next page. Alright, come on, we'll figure it out. We'll get there slowly. Too bad. One's grey, you 40 girl. One's, yeah. He's done a lot of bads. Teague said he and I went back to the house while working on the house. Tony asked Teague to go to the gas station and buy a 4-pack of beer, as you do. Teague stated the trip took less than 5 minutes. On his way to the house, he ran into Tony. Tony told Teague he was headed to his aunt's house and he would be returning to the house. Teague stated once he arrived at the house, all the doors were locked. Teague stated he went around the back of the property and found blank. Teague stated blank told him Tony battered and raped her. Teague stated he ran after Tony with a machete. Come on, I can barely see this myself. Where's the plus sign? It's over here somewhere. Come on. Give me a... too bad. Must be even smaller for you guys then. I can barely read it. Here we go. I made contact with blank at the ORMC. I'm assuming that's the hospital. Blank provided a verbal statement. However, she was unwilling to provide a sworn written statement. Blank said Teague went to the gas. We've been through that. Oh no. Said Teague went to the gas station. Went down to Servo, in other words. Said Teague went down to Servo to buy some smokes and beer and food. Blank said she was alone with Tony and that she and Teague had only met Tony earlier in the day. Blank said she was tired and took a nap on the first floor. Blank said she was woken up by Tony. Tony told her to hide in the closet. So he's woke. One bloke's gone down to Servo to get some beer, some smokes. She's fallen asleep on the floor. There's nothing to be really chatty. I shouldn't be laughing. But anyway, he's woken her up and said hide in the closet because his boss was coming to the house. Blank said she complied with Tony and hid in the closet. Blank said Tony locked the door and she was scared. Blank said she kicked the closet door and opened it. When she tried to get out of the closet, Tony punched her in the face with a closed fist. Said the force knocked her to the ground and she was defenseless. She said Tony jumped on top of her and punched her several more times. And okay, I'm starting to get annoyed with this. Okay, wrote down, said Tony tried. Okay, we're not going to read that bit. She struck me. It got pretty serious. I don't know. You can't read it anyway. Said Tony tried. Said she was able to get away from Tony and left the house. She became agitated, very uncooperative. She was unwilling to take a sexual assault battery exam. What? You'd have to take a test and refused to be taken to the sexual assault treatment centre. Oh, yeah, it's probably some type of physical test where they, I know, like you see on TV. When Officer Gribble tried to ask more specific questions about the sexual battery, if a condom was used, Blank became uncooperative. All right, we probably should just go through a bit of this. We'll get to the bit where Jeremy comes in on it. I don't want to look at that. I don't even wish I'd never started reading it, to tell you the truth. I mean, I've never got into this much detail. Otherwise, I probably wouldn't have put it on YouTube. I asked 10 people, come on, can't you censor it for me? And I thought that OPD had already censored it, but they didn't censor it enough for YouTube. She withdrew her consent, pushed him away, said he punched her in the face. So basically, Jeremy's involvement is what? Jeremy's down the 7-Eleven, see some guy come in with a machete saying, have you seen so-and-so? He follows them. How did he know where to go? He stated he followed Teague and Tony via car. Hey, how did he even know what to do? Yeah, infringing on his territory, that's right. What was out of this case? Yeah. So this is the CSI report. CSI Murray responded to... Well, we've got... Oh, no, that's the medical centre address. Upon my briefing, I took 23 photographs of the victim. I then responded to... Oh, they went to the house. All right. Do you want to see the photos? Crime scene photos? There's nothing. There's no pictures of the victim. I'm not going to be putting that up. But I've got them ready. It's just basically, the strange thing is some of the photos of the guy's bag and his clothes. In one of his clothes, I think I showed, was police gear. It's like Jeremy caught a rapist who was also a serial police impersonator. Turn off slow mode. Okay, how do we do that? Let's have it. Only 18 people, man. I feel really... Alright, let's have a go on that. Slow mode. You obviously know what you're talking about there, Puff. Edit. We'll try this. You're right. Because I know where slow mode is. Where's slow mode? Am I supposed to know where slow mode is? I may know where it is anyway, so I did see something about that. Customization, we'll try that one. Slow mode, there we go, look at that. Click off. There we go, we'll save that. Alright. Okay. Hey. Alright. Slow mode is off. Chat away. I don't know how that, hope that helps you. That's clocks, yeah. Jeremy was probably wearing one. I tell you what I have got, if anyone wants to watch, is, I don't know if you've all seen the Alec video. The police had that interaction with Alec on the first night. Everyone, I'm sure you've all seen the video where Alec asked the police to park appropriately. Wasn't impressed with their parking technique. And went out and, as you do, you know, tell the cops when it's not appropriate to park in certain areas, you know. There was only 100 other car parks they could have used. And, you know, Metro State guys alike, about holding lanes of traffic. So anyway, the reason why he got arrested was because the next day, well, that night, when the supervisor was, you know, doing the usual checks on who he was and found out he had no license, he was told that expect a PSD complaint. Guaranteed there's going to be a complaint from Alec. He's going to put in a complaint, so make sure you do everything right. Yes. So, that's right. So they were expecting, the night that Alec told them all to go and park properly, they thought he was going to put in a full report to Internal Affairs, PSD. So they didn't want to get anything wrong, because usually when that happens, they'll find maybe the person, that cop wasn't supposed to be on shift at that moment. You know, they pick up all the other things. So they followed up the report that he had, whether he was an employee or what do you call it, 1099. We all know the difference. So the reason why they did arrest him the next day was because of that. And this is what the manager had to say. I'll put it on, and it's pretty boring reading this file. You get the point. Jeremy just happened to be down to 7-Eleven one night and saw some bloke running with a machete, followed him down the street to the house and called 911. That was his big hero moment. Alright, have a look. Alright. Now the next problem's going to be whether the audio is going to go through. Should work. So this is the next day. They've come back to the hotel to see if, to ask the manager, ask the staff, you know, that security guard last night? Yeah, well, you don't know if he should, is he an employee or a contractor? I'll shut up. So here they are the next day, come and ask the manager, that wonderful security guard you got last night. He got his employment paperwork there, mate. Just want to check up, make sure he's got his tax form. Has he done a tax return lately? Is he paying his superannuation? Yeah, I've got my own opinion on why the manager reacts this way. I'll leave it till later. You can make your own decisions. Looks a bit different seeing the place in daytime anyway. Why doesn't the door open at the hotel? What do you need to open? Okay.
the owner? Okay.
Okay, personal info such as taxes protected
He's not here.
from police. He's got to, surely he's got to be able to check his employment history.
Okay. Well, I need to get it today.
Oh, they got a subpoena. See, Sarge, you got a subpoena.
I have to have it done. If he doesn't get it. Okay. He's not in trouble.
No, this is before the warrant, Kovacs. This is the next day before he got arrested. And this is, they've come back to see if he's a contractor or a subby, or a contractor or an employee. That's what they're checking now. They've got a subpoena because they've got enough information to check that. So it's this is pre-warrant. Yeah. So this is, well, I don't know how your laws work, but something I did learn about this is the dates on the body cam up in the corner there are different from the dates this actually happened. And I can't work out if Orange County Sheriff's Office somehow run a different date. You know, where they run a Zulu time, because it's totally different than the actual time of everything.
Okay, that's fine.
I'll show you later when he gets in the car, or she gets in the car. Stop it. When I never realised till I checked with Orange County on the incident report. I checked the date on the body cam with the incident report. Oh, sorry, I'll shut up.
How's your day today? I don't know. I don't know. But this is about him.
No, yes. The audio and the video's coming through alright, isn't it?
So funny. He looked up his I am. I'm still on.
Okay, for me, it's not working out. I can't hear it. I'll figure that out next time. But I can see on the analytics, looks like the audio's going through. Yeah, before, just in case. Yeah, of course, the cops can't just walk in and say, give us the paperwork. Should hope not. So what they feel? Why are they just filling out details themselves, or maybe filling out an application while they're there? Stay the night.
Wow.
She makes me laugh, this girl.
This is enough.
It's the best expression on the stage. I know she's done it already or later. What is that's right? Shit. I'm going to see that bit again. It's funny.
Hopefully this is enough. Wow. Hopefully this is enough.
Hey, Jen. I love that bit. Please see about that security guard. Why is she upset her? Why is she so upset, you think? Just security guard. They have to
No,
do
I
something
have some in my
to upset the staff.
county. What's it for? Thank you.
Can't imagine he's been
Are you still on? Okay.
hassling her in any way. This is actually I missed a bit. That deputy was worried about the other one saying too much on body cam. That was my impression. I love the way the body cam's on the shoulder. Is that like in the movie Aliens? And they all wore shoulder cams. The first Aliens, you probably wouldn't even remember that.
When does your day
All
end?
body cams are real. They're
When
in
does
movies.
your day end?
They had body cams. And they're actually live
You
streaming
only have
back to
you only have less than 53 minutes.
back to base. Which happens now actually. Not with police. Live stream across the world. So he's just wearing shorts and shirts. In Florida. What's his covering tats? I mean, what's happening in the world these days? Police with tats. And a woman as well. Is that a woman with tattoos? Come on. Can't remember what happens. I think the manager turns up. I'm not going to fast forward it. I will edit this up into a video at some stage. I'm not going to save this live stream. Once this live stream's done, I'm going to delete it. You can't rewatch it again. I'll put this video on at a later date for everyone else to watch. So this is a
You guys don't have
premiere
much trouble here
live
at this
view.
day's end. The other day's end is totally different. Have you?
I was actually joking by accident. It does seem a little bit weird.
Yeah.
But, you know, who cares? There's actually a
Does he
story
own that
about,
property too, or is that someone else?
who was it? An English officer having shit on the Aussie because he had, an Australian officer had tattoos on his back, and the English don't like that. They give him a hard
Well, at
time
least you
for
don't
it.
have to be stressed too much about anything.
He was
Do you
considered
normally do mornings?
very low of him. I'm not going to try and do an English accent because it's just stupid. Can you upload it today, Shorty? What? You're watching it right now. You want to upload it? You want to watch it again? Yeah, I've got so many videos I need to upload. I got a bunch of insurance paperwork back in the last couple of days.
Very
I should
tall
be
man.
quiet now. No, that's not me, Fraudy.
How
That's
long have
me,
you been
Fraudy.
here?
That's me. Yeah, I'm Fraudy.
A month?
But
Okay.
I'm using a synthesizer because I've got a strong Russian accent. So I put it through this app I bought. So to try and take the accent out.
As long as you have to deal with too much stuff.
Does it work alright? Can you understand me? Hey! I will re-upload it. I'm confused. Mate, I'm Fraudy. All this time, I do have a real voice. I'm a real boy! Can you skip to the interview? No, just put up with all the crap. Come on, Dobie, man. That's cheating.
She said, did someone call? We wrote a
I mean,
warrant
if
for his
everybody
arrest.
wants me to, I will. You know what I mean? How do you know how it takes so long anyway? Have you seen this?
Tuesday.
Yeah, I hacked into
Early Wednesday morning.
my childcare
And that's when I...
center when I was 3 years old. Yeah, finally get to hear my voice, and this video will not be saved. So you won't hear it again. Only those who hear it today will get to hear it. This is why I hate. I've never done live streams. I'm not a, I'm a really, really don't like.
So they have been complaining. The employees here have been complaining about him. Employees have been complaining and the guests. Okay.
It's just easy to make a video. It's easy to explain in words and music. I don't know if this video is even worth putting up. I suppose I could edit out all the boring bits. Oh, that's right. They're waiting for the boss, aren't they? You think this is boring? You wait till the manager turns up and tell you his life story before he says one word. It's 6:21 a.m. over here. So don't say I don't do nothing for you.
Was that a 44?
Been up all night practicing in front of the mirror, speech, repetition, saying my vowels. A-E-I-O-U. The bear jumped over the chair. Dobie, who do you think employees were complaining about? The car park attendant. But this girl does like Alec now. You know, they did become friends after this. She even
He
put in
stepped
a
off
good
property,
word
you
for him.
said? Oh, where did he go?
But at this moment, no, she's not impressed.
That should be good.
Toby, say a word. I want to hear your voice, mate. I can't hear you. In fact, you should all take a turn so I can hear what you guys sound like. It's not fair. I just do all the talking. Check on my voice synthesizer so that you can understand what I really sound like. Turn this up. Turn this down. On 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that works. Alec is delusional. Alec is opinionated. Bit of a conspiracy theorist. I mean, I don't know how many of you were around when the Wick saga first started. He did an interview on Blue Bacon with Blue Bacon.
So, I submitted to
He was, I think,
cabinet
first
and
or
attach
second person.
another copy to...
Stangmaster, you were there. You would have heard that first interview. I remember you were there.
Because that's going to go to the
When
state
Alec
attorney's
came on.
office.
Some morning he'd had the channel. So, mate, you called me a limey. Hey, RAF. You know, when Alec did the interview with Blue Bacon, he tried to convince us all that we didn't have to pay taxes in the funeral industry. He also said that Bidler was standing over barbershops, doing, for cash. Then the next night he said, no, that wasn't true. He liked Bidler. He did say Jeremy was doing the wrong thing. He did admit that. How could you? But he stood up for him because that's his mate, which is good. Backed his mate up. Said he was an idiot, but backed his mate, which was good. Got to give him that.
We got a new one.
It's always good when your mates back you up, even when you know they're wrong. You're doing wrong.
When you cook the gator, how do you
Hey Hulk, where you been? I've been at this for a couple of hours now. I've been waiting for you to log in. I haven't been able to start the video till you got here. On the policy.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I don't know if I'd make a meat look out of it or anything.
Alex, he's got a job. He's doing the funeral escort stuff. Got a few cars, apparently. Involved in an accident early on. He
as far as the huge stuff,
got ticketed for no insurance at that accident scene. Well, not displaying insurance. Which is, if you ask him, that's different. Doesn't mean you haven't actually got insurance. It just means you don't want to show it. Which reminds me, the insurance. Make sure you ask me about the insurance stuff I just got. I'll show you some insurance documents I just got on Jeremy. Oh, he's a shitty bastard, I tell you. I've only been all my theories on videos about insurance scams. That was just my hunch. I had no inside information or nobody's told me. That was just my brain looking at documents and going, this is what he's doing. You didn't get notified. Come on. Okay, you're here now. So yeah, I was only had a hunch about the insurance stuff. I was only just it seemed obvious to me. And looking at police records of the amount of, and I've only seen the reports he's made in certain jurisdictions. Some agencies I still haven't got the files out of. So, for all I know, I've only got half the reports of burglaries and thefts. But one report I just recently got showed that Jeremy put in four claims in 2 years. Oh, police, geez, $20, man. Cool. So, hey, what's that? It is 20. Okay. Throwing money around. At least I know that thing works. What if I can send money to myself? What happens if I press that? Show your support for fraud. That's what I'll do. So yeah, I just got some insurance paperwork, and yeah, it's definitely been scamming insurance companies. The insurance companies have been talking to each other. The Windermere bike, I don't know if you all saw that video, but the Windermere bike changed the reg on 5 days later because he forgot to pay the insurance cover on the bike he reported stolen.
We can wait
Just
even
run
longer.
out.
I'm sorry.
So when he did the false burg, when he reported the burglary, the bike had a different policy. He's the manager. Oh, shut up.
Uh-huh. Where'd you guys eat lunch at? You're an Olive Garden person?
He gets the videos, no one else even thinks so.
Best food, clean food.
Yeah,
That's
trying. Not that no one else is thinking. Everyone's thinking
I'm
of
not
them,
an Olive
Stan,
Garden
but they
person.
cost money.
My mom is from Guyana.
The only advantage I have
when it
is
comes
that
to food,
you guys are helping me. People are paying for these things. Every one of these channels could do it, but it's the money. I all want to. I'm just lucky I've got you guys who help me out.
Yes, come on in. Come on in. Come on in. Yes. Yeah, front row.
The insurance fraud, yeah, they've been on 4 years. Some of them, I've got 2018, he's got a few,
Oh, I see. Okay.
and it does. The 4 years actually starts at, when they figure out it's a crime. So it's not as simple as it happened more than 4 years ago.
Yeah, what I was talking about.
Olive Garden.
Olive Garden is the.
Why mumbling? You telling me I'm mumbling, PT? Bruiser? Come on.
This used to be
Look at the Indian bloke mumbling.
Court used to work Oak Ridge. Now they've gone there.
You made it, Prestonic, you made it. Dawn. Hey.
Because any training goes there and it happens.
Oh, you don't.
And I remember.
So many of these, your names here, you're like friends to me.
I'm living here.
I spent a lot of time doing this stuff, and I really, especially when I first started
When
this
I
channel,
came here, there was nobody here.
No,
there was only
I can believe
a small
that.
amount of it.
When you came?
When
And
did I
you
come in
definitely
Orlando?
got to know each
Almost 11
commentator,
years ago.
get to know their
Yes.
My
personalities.
son is 46 now. He was almost 2 years, year and a half years. I moved to Canada.
Oh, you moved from Canada. Yeah, my cousins live in
I don't know
Canada.
what calls himself fraud, you
So
like.
glad there.
What, Canada? I
Call
mean, I
myself
try to tell them,
fraud.
but they don't.
Summer is only 2 months.
You were
I
late
know.
so many
I built the
times.
house in 71, 69 I built the house there.
Fraudy. Frauditor, the auditor. I hate auditors. Call them frauditors. My channel was going to be hanging shit on frauditors.
But my cousins
Jeremy
love it.
came along,
So.
that was more fun.
They live in Ontario.
Oh, that is big.
He's the first clown I've come across.
Oh, yeah, Toronto, Ontario.
Toronto, yeah, Toronto.
It was all about frauditors. And then
I'm
I
not a
thought
fan.
the
I'm not a, I just
auditor,
don't
the
like
auditor was,
I'm not a fan of Olive Garden. I'm
wasn't
not a
very
fan of
appealing.
Canada.
I know, but
Actually saw another channel change their name to something that looked,
my son can tell you. My younger son.
started out as a funny channel name, and then they changed it to like a business name. And I thought, that's what I'm going to do. As a joke, so I changed it from quarters to the audit to international operations as a joke. I thought it sounded better, so I stuck with it.
Any houses, they go to. So he's,
They went with,
they gave him to A-House General
I
franchise.
think they've actually changed their name back now. I mean, I know that. And they went for the, so they changed their name, and then they started doing the cups and the merch and stuff. There's nothing wrong with that.
A-House General franchise, but
What you want to do, do it. Good luck to you.
That's cool.
Because my wife used to be a board of director with the Olive Garden.
He said useless. What's useless, PT? What, you can't understand me or him?
I believe it. Well, I know, like, when they do their
What done
little,
wrong, PT?
their,
Yeah, that's me.
Dowden, I think it is.
Panama, though, mate.
The Dowden.
Panama,
I think it's called
bless
Dowden.
you.
Darden.
LLC registered in
Darden
Panama.
is off of,
Darden is a corporation. That's the name
yes.
of the corporation, Darden.
And it's off of what, President's
Oh,
Drive?
true.
That's the new building. It used to be like Oak Ridge.
If I talked all over these videos, you can't hear it.
But
Have I ruined this for you?
at John Young Parkway and John Young Park. I don't know what the street is. Near Sam's Club is same street. He's on same street, you know.
Yes, so many familiar names. It is good to see as well.
Everything fresh from the farm.
I didn't know that.
The problem with me doing a live stream, now that you know what my voice really sounds like, and I'm not really like
American Italian.
Yeah, it's American
a bit
Italian.
louder.
Like I said, my mom is from Guyana, so when I tried
You do have a volume control,
this different foods,
but I'll do it anyway, see if it helps you.
I'm so used to the way that she cooks and everything else. That I'm like,
Indian food there.
I love Indian food.
You go right on OBT.
Uh-huh.
They have a place, Woodland. Woodland. Go there.
Okay.
Very clean.
Because it's kind of like Guyanese food and
Indian
food are the same. Pretty much.
Go there.
God, just chat on and on.
I got a restaurant here. You know, when he came in the town here, this is the hotel.
Just tell it, does he work for you or does he work for himself? That's all we're here for. We don't want to hear your story.
I said, you know, if you want to shut down, why don't my friend buy from you? So he came from Washington, Seattle.
Okay.
For the restaurant. He's so busy all the time.
Thanks,
His food is very
good on
clean,
you.
and he do not put any food overnight. You understand what I'm saying? No stale food.
Yeah.
Everything is done from scratch, and by 11 o'clock, all the food is the dumpster.
Can I type as well? Maybe I should
That's
type.
the name of the game. Well, the old, the stale food is the worst. The 3-year building there, But these restaurants, they do it. My son says that I will not eat their house. He says the food left over there, we put in the fridge next morning.
Something.
Chicken is done, and the next day you cancel the chicken. They take a chicken soup or the chicken, red chicken.
So people tell me this hotel's in the worst part of
You're good
Florida.
looking for 79.
My health is I don't eat junk. I didn't drink coke maybe about 20 years.
Prostitutes and drug dealers, I'm guessing. Looks like a decent hotel to me.
That's where I'm at now.
I don't eat that.
Had a nice lobby. Had a checkout. Had some tables. Looks like they come down for breakfast. Hey, Beetlejuice.
You're drinking, they're all the little additives that they add into the water.
But these bottles you cannot put in the
wow.
bottle. You can't put in the sun.
Hey,
oh really?
Did someone else give me a super chat? I didn't see that. Police chief me $20.
For 3, 4, 5 days in the sun.
Oh.
Unloaded.
It's unreal.
Right. Okay, and then the
plastic oxide.
Yeah, cool. All good. All good. You don't have to. That's not what I'm doing this for. It's all about the bucks.
Manager, the big Canadian tire in Toronto.
The bucks are good, but ain't what it's about.
He says, I will never drink that water. He said, that sit in the yard in the trailer for 4 or 5 days. Because they don't have it ramp to unload it.
So how do you pronounce 91SPW? Is that really your name? Okay, man, I'll pay you back next time, PT. I'll come onto your live stream and I'll flip it back to you.
30 gauge, sit in there, cook water, keep cooking.
The loner. Yeah.
You will not see, I tell my employees, don't drink this, I put a fountain right here.
If I see you down the shops, I'll buy you a beer.
No, that's why I bring my own water. There's no water.
Maybe get 2 for 20, but...
No. I have filtered water at home, so I fill my own canister of water.
I drink from home?
Yep.
Filter in the fridge, I fill from there.
Yeah, and then I bring it to work and I drink that.
No idea, PT.
People, you tell somebody.
Good on you, man. Good on you, man.
Why we have so many cancers? Why? Have you ever heard? In my time, there was no cancer.
I'd love to know when those charges
no
would come.
cancer in my time. Cancer started about 30, 40 years back.
Look, honestly, I think they're only looking at insurance fraud for the vehicle. I don't think they're looking at insurance fraud for all these fake claims, because most of them haven't been paid out. They were attempt fraud.
Hey, Danny? Yeah, what happened?
Because insurance companies don't pay and then make the report. They generally see it's a fake. Okay, yeah. That's statewide prosecution there. No one will know until we fall.
Right.
No one will know until they do it.
I know, they do it. See,
Dawn, this is,
they hit you.
Alright, I better pause for those who just popped in. The Alec video, when I put on a video the other night, Alec Ringel, when he was in the car park of the hotel as a security guard. The police turned up and they said, you don't have a security license. Alec said, well, it doesn't matter because I'm in-house, I'm an employee. And a bit of an argument went on. There's nothing they could do. The supervisor was told by his captain or lieutenant, I don't know which one, but the supervisor on the scene that night with the incident with Alec was told or warned that Alec will be making a complaint to PSD, Internal Affairs, whatever you want to call it. Orange County, they call it Professional Standards Division. And to make sure you cover everything, make sure you do everything right, don't leave anything undone. So he was in a position where, okay, so he better check. He had to check, basically. So I don't know if it was him himself who went back and asked the manager. I think he actually sent somebody else to do it. There's several visits to this manager. That's right. If Alec had not talked, if Alec had been like a normal communications, nothing would have gone on. But with Orange County, with Metro State people, with Alec people, they know they've got it basically a standard policy. They know the complaints are going to come. And when people complain, when PSD do an investigation, they don't just look at the complaint, they'll look at everything. So they'll check that the cops' overtime was done properly, they'll check that their uniforms were up to date, just saying. That's it, JS. They check everything. So they had to check to make sure Alec had his stop it, don't start. And they had to check that their see, you just got my mind spinning there. Don't annoy me. Don't be naughty. So they had to check to make sure Alec was an employee or a contractor. So this is the police come back to the hotel the next day, and they had to do it. Alec will say it was all because they got butthurt, as he says. They got upset. They didn't like that. Someone else gave the cops shit, as if they don't go through that every day. I don't think they take it personally. I'm sure they go through it regularly. But he's convinced it was all, a conspiracy against him personally, and they only did it, and they were trying to frame him, and it was all illegal, and the police lied, and I don't know, there is some discrepancies from the video to what the police say. Even the dates don't seem to be right. It's like I said, the dates are actually different on the body cam to the police report. So there is something I don't understand going on with that. Anyway, so that's what they're doing. This is the police come back to the hotel to ask the manager, is Alec a manager? Sorry, he probably thinks he's the manager. Is Alec a security guard, or is he a contractor? Is he an employee? So an employee means you work for them, they take your taxes, they do your superannuation, they pay your work cover, your Medicare, your whatever you guys call it. Do you even have superannuation? Your pension fund? Everyone has to have it. Over there, God, never even have. Probably don't have superannuation. But this manager is more concerned about his own employment practices, and I think this is why he's going to put his Alec down. I think Alec has a license. Right. This video is only halfway through. We can't seriously listen to this bloke talk for, what is it? Nah, 30 minutes.
How's the ale house doing? How's the ale house?
Just get to the point and ask him the questions.
Yeah. Take the picture, everything. So I'll bring it over in the hotel. Just park it here until they decide what they have to do it. Okay. All right. That's okay. That's all right. Things happen. What can you do? That's okay. Don't worry about it. Okay. All right. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, they both really. It was just a stupid situation. It sure didn't.
Six car, 45 miles.
Thank you. And the best part is, right, you're giving me US bucks, it's even more in Australian dollars. Message retracted. Who would? Wonder why they done that to you, JS. Thanks, man. I see news there. Thank you.
In my life,
I've got a couple of words I put on the comments that from JD's neighbours. JD's my initials too, JD, so I get confused when I say that. Yeah, I can't get a license, it's alright. He actually had a license even after he was arrested. He continued as a licensed security guard for years. And when he went to upgrade his license from a standard, I don't know what they call it, a D, I think, a D. When does the action start? And
stop me. Going there, look at that,
yeah, so he had a D license, and he had been arrested for the marijuana possession, I think it was. Another stupid incident that he could have got away with if he hadn't have been smart mouthed than the police. Actually, he was smart. He let him. Anyway, something dumb from what I remember. He was parked outside the shopping centre. Thought that he was security there, but the shopping centre called the police on him. The store called the police on Alex, from what I remember. And when they turned up, he said, no, I'm their security. And they said, no, he's not. I think he may have been security, but anyway. So he did have a security license, and it wasn't until he tried to upgrade it to a G, which means he's an armed security guard. I thought it was actually a gun license, but it means just a security guard who can carry a gun. And when he went to that upgrade, they did a check on him. And said, hey, how come you got a license when you were arrested 4 years ago, whatever it was? And they cancelled everything. So if he hadn't have poked that bear, he'd still have his license.
I don't like it. Why you want to feel sorry for yourself?
Yeah, in-house, the old in-house PT.
But people do it. My kids do it. My older son is
yeah, you're in his old neighbourhood. Go and see if there's any,
you wouldn't believe it.
go and look out the back of where Jeremy used to live. There's probably a stash of old TVs, motorcycle parts, old tyres. Can't imagine.
He's the one businessman.
Still there.
$2 to $3 million a year. He built the hotel, and 2 house and everything. Sometimes, he does it, I said, Dennis,
I was a security
he had
guard that wouldn't have a license.
Like Mercedes. That was $450,000 car.
Like hiring a chauffeur and
he has
not getting the driver to have a license.
He has a Bentley.
I suppose people cheaper as long as they look the part.
One of the biggest houses in downtown.
Wow.
The manager did like.
Like everybody has their own taste and everything.
Correct.
But still, he's a con man.
There's evidence that his manager was playing it both ways.
He's maybe 40 years old.
But he's saying he's a contractor because I think he's just worried about his own employment.
So when he was small,
but he thinks Alec's got a license because Alec, I'm assuming Alec told him he's got a license anyway.
I want this. He used to go to a friend's house, he used to trade. He's a good businessman,
Yeah.
No. Jeremy never got broken into. Maybe physically, personally, he's been broken into recently himself.
Case dismissed, he says, Daddy,
I doubt his home's ever been robbed.
I did a favor to you. You promised me you won't touch that. I see.
But Hulk, he lived down that way. Many burglaries getting around, stealing motorbikes and flat screen TVs, ride on mowers and a trailer.
Daddy, have it. No, I don't want it. You don't touch. It's good improvement, really. I told my wife, we're going to lose it for son. You drink.
It wasn't a Rolex, just an empty box.
Drink.
There's actually a theory. Who was it that told me that theory? Someone told me a theory that Jeremy did that video, get dressed with me video, so he could show off all of his valuables, so that when he made the burglary report, he could show the video. Look at all the stuff I had.
I'll be the same way.
I would come to work in the morning, about 9:30, 10 o'clock. My employees never bother me. Never bother me. You will not see a call in the office.
It's funny that I've watched so many of these videos, I'm starting to recognise places. I actually look on Google Maps sometimes, satellite views and, street view, I kind of follow the tracks.
We go together home at 5 o'clock. She's on the way running errands, everything.
Definitely when the Jennifer 911 video, when I put that one out, the 911 report had her satellite position, and I wanted to check to make sure she was really where she was saying she was.
What happened?
And no, she wasn't. She was saying she was at the office being attacked. Her GPS position put her at her home, which was a few blocks away. Pretty crappy looking house at that there.
Correct.
Well, I don't know if it was at home, but she was at a house several blocks away. Alec was being paid $11.50 per hour. Yeah. Alec wasn't employed. He basically was.
Correct.
So he's working here almost.
But technically he wasn't. He wasn't on the books. So we know they're both right. The manager's here saying he's a contractor, he's not an employee, so what do the police do? Technically he's not.
Correct, it is.
And let the state attorney figure it out. That's what they did. State attorney figured it out. Alec is an employee.
Price your truck. Anybody get it? You gotta go out. That's it. Okay. If you don't understand somebody, he's a little tough for the truck. I don't want no trucks about that. You cannot stop 100%.
Correct.
Why were they talking to him? Why were they talking? Oh, do you mean why were the police even talking to Alec? Yeah, because they're polite, aren't they? It's being polite. You know what they're like these days. Police have to be social workers and
That's very correct.
ready to flip the hat backwards and jump in when they're needed, and ready to
when they go outside,
stand back and talk softly
Yes.
when they're needed as well. And that's why Vidler's not wanted, because they think he's too rough.
This is my wife.
I don't like Vidler types anymore.
It's the same with us.
Sheriff Department
Unless
want
so
every,
a lot
every
of what
cop
we
to
do
be
is,
a
I know
social
when
worker,
they pull up
carry
on the side of the street,
aromatherapy
and how you get them is standing, stopping, on the side of the street, because only taxis can do
yes,
that.
you behave yourself as well.
So you know they're picking them up.
There used to be a deputy.
Yeah, that's right. Exactly. It looks like the hotel is incorrect. That's right. It was the manager dropped him in.
What you doing? Oh, he used to. I said, we can't see him. We can't see him. We cannot. I say, you can see
But the manager thought he had a license.
I said, I'm sorry.
So he didn't think he was doing anything wrong. He never did. I doubt he had any idea about the trouble that was going to cause Alec by doing this. Arrest the whole state. Arrest the whole of America. They're all crooks.
I cannot say that, But we know what's going on.
Correct.
We both know I know what's going on, But you cannot. It's my wife. What you gonna do?
There's nothing.
Okay, Hulk, you think that they have to have security for issues? There's definitely been some serious incidents at that hotel.
That's everywhere. I don't love it. The same reason, so listen, I want to clean it. Keep the hotel pretty clean.
Correct.
Still, 90% keep it clean.
I'll have to say this hotel is better than the one on John Young.
Yeah.
We get honestly, there's really not many calls over here.
Yeah, we almost never come here.
And
we don't like that. You only call when somebody goes to shoot, the other way don't call. Just I said talk to the people. Anybody you talk to, you can fix it.
Arrested politicians.
I can talk to anybody bad.
The last one was pretty crazy. This one, what choice do you guys have?
But sometimes there's no choice. They don't want to leave their room. Hooker is in the room. They don't want to do. What's my choice? I can't pull them
I thought Florida is where police drive around in Ferrari, cocaine cowboys.
In the morning time, anytime they see it. Find which room that is.
My police shootout.
South of Sand Lake is even worse.
Full on armored guard truck robbery.
They're really
Call it an armored guard.
Who's buying this property?
Cash van robbery.
County.
Really?
County the city.
No such thing as armed robberies anymore. Nobody has any cash. Everyone has to be a hacker now.
Yeah, they you keep it. Mayor Dyer and Mayor
Computer will be a weapon.
This is a little doubt of the property was approved funding. Everything approved by Mayor
Spain?
Buddy Dyer.
What? It used to be a Spanish colony.
so they're buying this property?
Well, they're sending contracts. They want to take it or buy it. So we'll see. They send. I do this and this and this. 3 times in the contract.
Government crooked.
I mean, I know.
Something's going on there.
A lot of it's a debate. I'll say, we'll see. What we can do.
What the hell is what? What the hell is this, Jeff? Hell is who?
Because I keep it very clean. I keep the property very clean.
This is the manager from the hotel where Alec worked when the police rocked up to visit him and asked him if Alec was a 1099 contractor or an employee.
Alright, so here what I need is his W-9 and 1099 form, a copy of it.
Difference between Osceola and Orange.
Originals,
It's even ridiculous that you have different jurisdictions in different suburbs. You know how hilarious that is? I mean,
So
what
happened that
happens
day?
when
I
they
heard
need
something. Next time
CSI stuff?
came,
Does every suburb police station have their own
people do
CSI?
all silly things. I'm not responsible for them anyway.
Do they have their own armed robbery
Doesn't do it.
squad?
Sometime my
Does
employees
every little suburb police station have
build
their
them out,
own
but 10 years back, I'm not going to do it.
dog squad? Do they all have their own,
That's it. That's it. You know, like you put a stop to
stolen
it.
car unit? And it's just stupid to have so many different agencies in one area, all fighting each other. And you're right, Osceola are much nicer to deal with.
Right.
Not that there's anything wrong with Orange County, but Osceola are very good to deal with. Look at all the videos I got. See that many coming out of Orange County? No, you don't. Osceola, well, you can thank the lady down at Osceola for that.
She ran away.
It helps to have an Australian accent.
They got her from Seattle, Washington.
Hell with it, you know. Anyway, long story. Nothing to do with it. It's very professional.
But until unless I'm responsible. They put a lien there. What for I did this. To be good to the people they do is.
That's right,
I think
Kovacs.
very good.
Yeah.
Do your thing.
Check all the rest of the employees
Somebody
too.
did something wrong, let them pay for it, let them suffer for it. Anyway, that's why I look at it,
Kovacs, funniest murder trial. That's hilarious. There's a similar case not far from here too. There's one in Melbourne. Very similar. Happens all the time. The wife chose green. The guy wanted... Look, I still don't forgive my missus for the colour pattern she chose on that last house we built. I should have come that day when they chose the colours, but I said, no, leave it to them. I don't want to get involved. Biggest mistake I ever made.
Yeah, there's 1099 and W9.
I didn't want to fight that day over colour pattern. So now, for the last 10 years, I've been stewing over letting her do it. I don't know what's worse, the fight that day or being annoyed about it all this time.
So I changed them on 24th yesterday because I needed security guard. Told them, listen, I'm going to put them on my payroll. You know, you keep working until I find something else.
Got a top chair on.
You need his driver
Yeah.
So you're from Guyana, is a very nice place.
My mother is from Guyana. Yes. She came here when she was 19, I think.
And then they say, you burn a hole in the carpet.
She moved from there to here.
See that cigarette burn? No, not that one. No, not that one. That's cigarette
She
burn.
just
That
went
wasn't
back
there yesterday.
2 years ago.
Oh, is that?
Yeah, because her grandfather left her land, so her uncle.
You had to go, you know, like.
Well, her uncle's trying to sell the land,
Oh, I see.
and she's like,
There was
no,
a
this is
couple
land
of
that you
decent
cannot
ones,
sell.
but there was some bad ones.
Her name's also on the land.
Oh,
too.
yeah, she had to get everything.
So she had to go there,
together,
and because she was supposed to go last year, but because of COVID, she couldn't. So, we're gonna see whenever we're gonna go again. She's like, it's definitely changed since the last time that I've been there. She's been, she's what, 50? She's turned 57 this year. So it was like 54 when she went. So it's been years.
Oh, wow.
30 some years since she's.
You know, been there.
Yeah.
Well, you know, like I
What did he know? Maybe. That make a difference.
Big, some kind of. He's a big guru.
Do you know?
Like, they teach people.
That's a good point. Yeah, never thought of that. So easy to do, isn't it? Just run them. Run the light over.
He's going to go to Guyana.
Then maybe better off just not knowing.
Okay.
Every country has those type of motels.
That one is if you were going to send it in, but since I'm here.
Looks like he's getting down to business finally.
Right here, his social security number, everything.
What are we like 46 minutes in? We're starting to see some paperwork happening.
Independent contractor starts out in about 30 working 90 days.
Have to pay for the extra.
Yeah, the last you came here as a man, you can't work if you're a contractor. You're on a license, you can't work.
SOBT is full of dives. What's
so I said,
SOBT?
if you want to only work, I'm going
Son
to
of a
put you my
bitch.
trial. I need a security here.
Right.
And this place, if there's no security, look out. So I have to have security. So that's why, I changed the status of I said, you'll be getting paycheck from me now instead of independent contractor. So you want a copy of that? Right?
Yep.
Yeah, definitely bringing entertainment. Plenty of that. I find it entertaining how free the records are. How I can log on and see somebody's criminal history at the couple of clicks. Then it's just
I see that.
I don't work.
I mean, lots of
I
states
see
have
that.
I don't do it. We have a manager.
You know, send an email off to government agency and have somebody record pension.
I come here part time.
That's what you want.
But I love to work. Love to work.
That's
All
me.
good for me to find
Nobody
out all
can
about
put me out
the
of work. I love it. My son said, Dad, you sell the property.
aliens
They
to
told me what you're
Australia
going to
to
do.
have that type of
I
access
said, I'll
record.
go with my son. He's a
Totally
contractor.
aliens.
He built a hotel.
We're almost, Australia was almost a communist
We're
country
there.
40 years ago. Almost socialist. Government ran the railways, government ran all the infrastructure, government controlled the prices, a lot of food products, they controlled the prices, things like milk and bread, the schools were basically controlled, well, they still are government control basically. You know, the motel's so bad, but it looks nice when they're in the lobby. It looks decent. Food stuck on the room. Yeah. Look, there's yes, you Google a review on that joint. It's terrible. Special edit channels. You give me a hard time, PJ Bruiser. You don't like an insult. Why you always ask me, PJ Bruiser? No, it wasn't me. It wasn't me doing it. There will never be a Jeremy Lee ever. Because he'll want to get paid for it. Nobody will want to pay him. If they make it, he probably sue the TV company that makes it.
You always picture anyway, right?
Yeah, we just put it in there.
Yeah, because
It's okay.
That's
fine.
popular on the internet with us. You know, made Dr. Phil. I don't know how he's rating him. But really, it's just a few people on the internet.
And that is for you. So, I don't need that back.
What happened on that night? What happened?
So, he was
Mumbling. Stop
picked
fucking
up
mumbling.
for,
You stop mumbling.
Somebody told me because I told him, I said, we don't need no gun here, I said, because all the security guard has got a gun. And he says it's not a gun, it's okay, that's fine. Because I don't know what it is, gun or what he had, but we don't allow
Picking on me, PT Bruiser.
even like,
I'm turning it all off. PT Bruiser not happy. I'm shutting it all down.
well, he has it wasn't a gun. It was a dart. It was a stun dart gun, electrical weapon. So it's not an actual gun, but it's a weapon. No, it's not. It's not illegal unless you don't have a concealed weapon permit. And
see all that writing all over that contract? I'm pretty sure I haven't really paid much attention, but he added half of that now. He was modifying that paperwork for his own dastardly needs, his own nefarious needs. So I reckon he knew he was in the wrong. He was worried about his employment practices. He's quickly scribbled something on there so it makes him look better, and then handed it to the cop. Magic fingers for the bed. What the is that? What's the magic fingers in your bed? I mean, that just sounds rather... Please, you did almost miss. You got to the end of it. You turned up right at the end. I'll stay around for another couple of hours though for you. PT! Loading it up, mate. Loading it up, PT. Good on you, mate. Legendary. Good on you. PT Bruiser. That's that's so that... Yeah, I don't know that joke, mate. I'll let it go. Barry not playing games. Yeah, Minnie. The Jeremy story does have an interesting book or something. There is an author hunting around this, sniffing a serious author who contacted me probably a month ago, who's looking into it, and he was a real, when he emailed me, he sent me like his resume basically, and I had a look, and he's a real author. He had several books. I'm actually been reading one. It's a great book on, I think he's English, this author, and yeah, he's looking at it. He's wanted to know why someone on the other side of the world had any interest into it, and why I went to so much trouble to look into Jeremy, and I've told him the same reasons that I tell everybody. None of your business, Dr. Kettleburn. What do you think? Sorry I didn't ring you in advance. I've just got your number here on my phone. I'll give you a call. Hang on, Dr. Kettleburn. I'm about to do a live stream. Or maybe I'll do actually. Hang on. Well, you're here now. Okay. I better press play. Sorry. You want to see the manager put Alec in hot water. This is the manager who's responsible for it all. Yeah, I'm a Pisces. Jeremy hasn't got any connections with high levels working. What he's got connections with is a good attorney who has high connections. He's got high connections with Michael Breen, who's heavily invested with Jeremy. But no, and they all got sucked in by Jeremy. Well, Amir knows all about Jeremy, but he just loves playing the game. Amir's most of the trouble. Amir's what caused Bidler's job to go down. It's Amir's complaints that got Ramsey in trouble. It was Amir that made the phone call to have the unarrest done to the General Counsel. Jennifer to the Undersheriff didn't help. But Amir was the big one. He's a hammer. Look, I did do a phone around, but I can only call within Australia, so I couldn't call you all. Our phone system in Australia is only internal because of COVID. We're not allowed to ring out of Australia. Otherwise, I would have called you all. Stovey. There's actually Stovey somewhere. You know Stovey. Oh, not censoring comments. Oh, okay. Yeah, because I haven't got time. I'm going to censor PT Bruiser if he keeps picking on me. Alright, let's press play.
What happens is that he doesn't have his Class G or Class D license, so he's unable to carry a weapon. because you need your Class G to be able to carry a weapon, and Class D to be a security guard.
Putting a mask on
So he has neither. So he has the felony charge of falsely. To being falsely. It's in there because I can't remember verbatim.
No, you're not
Being
allowed to
a
leave.
security guard
Once you
without a
come in,
license
there's
and
no
carrying
turning
a
back.
weapon.
Let me call you right back, okay? Okay. Hello?
Come on, Dawn. You stay on this side
Yeah,
of the wall.
go ahead. Uh-huh. They took off?
Sorry, mate. I'll be quiet.
Yeah.
That's right, Craig. We're not allowed to make phone calls out of Australia because of COVID.
I don't know.
Good joke.
All right, let me call you back then, okay? Yeah. Okay, thanks. Okay.
Yeah, Barry, it probably is.
Okay.
Look, I don't know. Prison is a lot of people. Jeremy's just one. There's others just like him. He's just one more clown in there. He's got the mannerism. He puts on, he feels invincible with Jeremy. I doubt he's going to be attacked. Much as everyone.
Do you have any other questions?
No, it's like you can work, because I'm, for example,
Jeremy
you
has a bunch of
can be
players
contractor.
following him around.
So they say you have to have a license when you're contractor. He says, but I didn't need to work like a small kid, everything, so
He'll be telling prisoners he's
correct.
So you
manager
come on
of a
payroll, I put
huge
you on payroll, so I put
organisation.
on payroll.
They can all
So you only work here legally.
I'll be following you around.
I said, I don't want no illegal
Prison's
employment.
full of
That's
suckers.
my establishment. And he
I'll
said,
be
what are
big
the procedures?
Jeremy. I'll ask Jeremy if that's all right.
On the payroll. So you got the payroll, paycheck from me. So you work as like a bio that was working here.
All right. That works.
Free to do
And that way, like,
representing you for medical
I
malpractice.
don't want no
As long as
problem
they're
with myself.
trained.
I'm here 31 years.
I know.
I keep very clean myself, my employees. Anybody has
Freedom
some
of
problem,
land, living. I've seen one or two
if I
videos on
have
it,
it,
Kovac.
sort it out, then you might know.
Very rare.
Because
I've never
why
seen
you want to
anything
have bad
in
name
the
at the
flesh.
town and city?
I've only seen a couple of videos.
City's gone big, but when I came in the town, it was like that. Everybody knew everybody.
I've seen people
If
on
I show them
videos
a picture,
of
I would tell
videos
everybody
that a sovereign, Australian sovereign citizen basically saying the same things an American would. As if we got American laws here. Texter. Snuggle the microphone. Snuggle the microphone is that me better. I did have it stuck out of the way a bit because I didn't want you to hear me breathing. I hate the thought of my breathing noise. Yeah, that's true, Saj. That's what we need. One of us in there. One of us in there to say, no, Jeremy isn't really a multinational company owner with 600 employees, different organisations, and PT Bruiser. I'm sorry, man. I'm trying to do everything here for you. It's just for you. If you send me an email, I'll email you back a quarter. Oh, Barry, no, mate. I see all these videos that Australia's got it so bad. No, it ain't like that at all. We've got a different attitude. We've done very well for COVID. Very low numbers compared to the rest of the world. We don't mind, being a bit more restricted if it means we're looking after people who are more vulnerable. Personally, I'll walk around with no pants on if it protects the health and well-being of those around me. And I think most of us feel that way. Not to say you won't go to a demonstration and complain occasionally. I went to one recently just for the fun of it. But that was more of a union demonstration because they shut down the construction industry. So we had to go anyway. But, the next day I was wearing a mask and all forgotten. But look, we have got heavy restrictions, but, you know, we've got people alive. People aren't getting sick. It's like you guys are. We're prepared to, I don't know, people say we're living in this prison, but I don't think so. I like it. And, you know, it's good. Not much traffic on the road. Better for me. I reckon you guys live in a prison day in, day out anyway in America. Go to Australia. PT Bruce, you're just trying to pick it, aren't you? Total gun control, messed up country. No, we don't need guns. We don't have that need. You want to have guns, it's fine. Don't pretend it's for protection and all that crap. If you want to have a gun because you like guns, go for it. Good luck to you. But we don't really care. We're not into it. No, guns don't give us any freedom. Got no less freedom because I don't have a gun in the cupboard. It doesn't work that way. It's like me saying, you know, you've got no freedom because you don't drive a Holden. But you guys haven't got Holdens, so you're not free, mate. Yeah, I'm using the synthesizer, Doc. I've got a voice synthesizer. Am I trolling us? No, I'm not. That's how I feel, Davey. I don't feel that is the way I feel. Or I'll press play because you don't want to hear my political shit. But yeah, we're a bit different. That's right, we do have a Jack Joey, a Tack Joey, definitely.
You know, like, we do a lot of donation.
And you can keep
You
it
know,
going.
like,
You know, let it go.
how the sheriff comes in, elected sheriff.
We don't have the
Comes in.
fear. We don't have the bad areas.
So,
We
you know,
don't have
always
the
the people,
crime
you know, help everybody, you know.
to
That's
have
the way
that
we
fear that you might have.
So, you know, like, other living,
There's nowhere in Australia that I'd be scared to go to. In the middle of the night. There is nowhere. There is no ghetto that I'd be worried about walking down.
Without uniform, because he's doing uniform, you know. So, you know, he's my neighbor, he's living maybe, but I have him out from my house.
Yeah, I don't know,
I live
Barry.
in Windermere, and he's living
So you say.
So,
If you say so, Barry. If you say so.
you go in the back
Yeah. Koalas, they're evil, nasty bastards. But, I had one try to get him before and fight the cat.
keep my name.
Correct.
And I was fighting over the Killia.
I said, you know what? I cannot tell him that I have my son in DUI. He's the dad. Today onward, I will not drink.
Yep. That's why my mom, in the military, whatever your kids do, reflect off of you.
Barry, are you in Australia?
My mom was in the Air Force.
You are, card.
And, you know, I'm very sick.
You're not Australian, are you, Vassar?
Put my clothes every day. My clothes,
Okay.
well ironed, well clothes. That's what we get. I
I
like
just saw the QR card. We do have the sign in. You're supposed to scan your phone when you go to all these locations. But, you know, not really doing it. Pretend to do it most of the time. I do it at major places. I kind of get paranoid half the time that government's watching what I'm doing.
Don't do anything wrong, then you have to depend.
Right.
So you got to tell my kids the same way. My older son is very disciplined, very
Good on you, Henry.
Okay. My younger son, because he's younger, he was younger but spoiled.
No, you can have that, Sarge. You have it over there. You do need it, man. You need it. We don't.
No, almost everybody, my son.
If we're getting, you know, someone tries to invade us, the Answers Treaty,
When you're doing good, people.
we'll just give you a call.
I said, don't.
World War II, we did all right. When we almost got invaded, we quickly armed pretty fast.
That's what happened. But I know, I remember when my mom, she said, whatever you do reflects off of me.
100%.
So that's how I feel, especially with kids. Whatever you do.
Look, if I was in America, I'd have a gun too. I would.
Me. So what I need to teach you.
But not here, don't need it.
And you show reflects off of me.
Yeah, of course, I'd love to have a shoot
I am,
just for the fun of it. Maybe once or twice, don't need to keep doing it. I don't think I'd be buying them.
do the
Maybe
best that
go
I
to
possibly can.
you know, a gun place, you know, a range, you know, just to try some weapons I've never seen before. But, you know, beyond that,
Modern construction, that's my son's company.
Okay.
That's, you know, like he has a ale houses, 2 ale houses.
yeah, kind of was like that, Kobe.
continuation in Miami.
Yeah, Clay, Kim. I think the hotel owner definitely lied about it. I definitely think the hotel owner was talking shit. I think he was trying to cover himself. He was worried about his own employment practices. And he put Alec in it, and he didn't realise what he was doing.
My kids are very well settled. My son had DUI.
Oh my God. Now what audio is horrible. Twan, what have I done? Have I wrecked the audio?
Very shameful. Very shameful. So I told him, Danny, he said, either you're my son, if your son is son. If you're not son, do what you have to do. I said, no, Dad, I'm sorry.
That's right. But the hotel bloke was more concerned. He thought the police were maybe going to look at his books.
Okay. You are producing.
Oh, here it goes. Alright, for those who just popped in, I will show you the original plan for this live stream was to show you that report. Why is that so bright? Kill it. Here it is. Jeremy the hero. So basically, Jeremy was at a 7-Eleven one evening, 2014, September 18, when a guy comes running in with a machete. And Jeremy, the guy says, where's, what was it? Whatever his name was. Jeremy followed them, went to the house, rang 911. That was his big hero moment. It's actually like a 100-page report, but I'm not going to go through it all. Because personally I hate reading out loud. And the bit about Jeremy is only in the first 3 paragraphs. So I'm not a true crime channel. I'm not going to start reading it all. Unless someone donates it like 10 grand, then I'll do it. Maybe. Can't see it happening. So thanks PT Bruiser. An F for fucking unreal. Excellent, mate. They play baseball. Yeah, we do play baseball here. We have baseball things. I'm pretty sure you should be texting the police with a selfie on your whereabouts. Yeah, that's what we do, mate. We have chips and Mo Transformer. We have like you get your pet. So when you walk around, they scan you. When you go past certain points, they're like beep beep. Twan, he's alright. Twan's alright. He's just giving me a hard time today. Normally pretty good, aren't you, Twan? Why are you hassling me today? There's something annoying you. But anyway, this is just a quickie, just so you could hear my voice. Wasn't here to really do much. I did want to show you this report from OPD and just show you I wasn't talking shit because a lot of people didn't believe it was true. Probably, if some of you aren't in, I have a Facebook group where I lodge, I'll release a whole bunch of documents because you can't do it on YouTube. I can't make a video about a 20-page document. It's just not logical. And this was just an experiment to see if I could maybe convey it to you this way. I think I got the point across. The time here is, what time is it? It's about 6:30, 7:30 now. Jesus. You want me to, hang on, I've got to check my phone. Getting someone sending me nude pics. Oh, she's nice. I'm only joking, I'm not serious. Codex, I suppose some of you weren't here when I put this document up earlier, so I will. Are you looking? Some of you have phones, I'm guessing. I'll go through just a bit where Jeremy's involved. It isn't me, I swear. On September 18, 2014 at 5:30, we've read all this, man. Basically, I made contact with witness Jeremy DeWitt. DeWitt provided a verbal statement and a sworn written statement. DeWitt stated Teague entered the 7-Eleven gas station located at 1350 North Mills Avenue looking for a black male. Teague told DeWitt that his girlfriend blank was attacked and raped at a house on blank, which is actually blank blank blank, by Tony, who is approximately 6'2" to 6'3" in height. DeWitt stated Teague saw Tony and immediately chased after him with a long object. DeWitt stated he followed Teague and Tony via car, so when he ran over the top of the car as he followed them. DeWitt stated he lost Tony when he jumped some fences. Yeah, DeWitt was probably running the other way over the fences. DeWitt stated he drove to the house and found blank with her injuries. So how did he even know which house to go to? That's the weird thing. Did the guy run in and go, have you seen, whatever his name is, Tony? We were up at 633 blank address. Anyway. So DeWitt stated he drove to the house and found blank with her injuries. DeWitt notified and updated the 911 dispatcher the address to the house. He would have loved that, wouldn't he? Imagine how happy he would have felt. He would have been on the phone going, I've got a code 2723. Signal 3. Yeah, I'm in jurisdiction 4, zone 3. Yeah, we've got no zeros. I can't do it, but you know what I mean. Stage, yeah, possibly. But it would have been, that's what I mean, I don't understand why he hasn't told anyone about this online. It just amazes me that we've never heard about it. So I made contact with the witness. Teague provided a verbal statement and a sworn written statement. Teague said he and blank met Tony at the 7-Eleven gas station. Tony offered Teague a job to do yard work on a house located in. And then he went back to the house. Let's look at the photos. Get some photos up. Let's have a look. Let's see if that works. I've got a picture of a board. That's very important. Get to the next one. Rego one. Yeah, high grade home. That's just a house, nothing wrong with it. Well, what's with the grills? Is that a basement or a weird looking contraption? Got underfloor aeration. Yes. So the house is empty. Are they squatters? Probably squatters. Definitely. Okay. I don't think there's anything worse than that. I think that's the cupboard he locked her in. Yeah. Go and hide in the cupboard. What was he going to do then when the boyfriend comes back? He was going to pretend she wasn't there anymore. My God, there's tape in there. Did he tape her up in there? That is disgraceful. Yeah, there's some bad shit happening in there. I tried to read the whole report. It's just got too much. Fingerprinted down the hall. Geez, a bit of blood around. I mean, this is just getting pretty foul. And that bathroom looks pretty foul anyway. What the? You're kidding me. Is that the cupboard? Yeah. Why would you even have a room like that? I suppose a cupboard's a cupboard. Might be a stairway, a little under stairway thing. That is pretty scary. And he had a lock over it. And that's just weird as everything. Yeah, look there. I just noticed the stairway bit. Definitely under a stairway, I'm guessing. That's why they got the little weird cupboard. That's like a dungeon. Alright, YouTube's gonna kill me. I think you'd better make any complaints. So we don't want any statistics. We're not checking statistics on shootings at the moment. True crime channel, that's right. Proof. Okay. I shouldn't have said anything about my gun claims. Alright, just all be quiet. This ain't the anti-gun channel. You want them, you can have them. Yeah. I suppose that's what they're taking photos of, the bad things. No wonder we got the bad. This is the interesting thing, what was in this bag. See? How weird is that? He's got a box of English toffee. Thanks, Puff. Good on you. Yeah, sorry, no, I didn't see that, unless you've done it just recently. Thank you. Thanks, Sarge. Good on you, man. Yes, Flying Dutchman. We're talking about an event, an incident where Jeremy was at a 7-Eleven one night and a guy come running in with a machete. Yeah, I bet you have complained too, Doc. Jeremy came running into a 7-Eleven. Not Jeremy. Jeremy was at the 7-Eleven, probably seeing if he could buy some pepper balls, possibly. I don't know. Is that where you buy them? At the 7-Eleven? Top-up pepper balls? He's down there getting coffee, no doubt. Stop it. Oh, stop it. Making my brain wander. So a guy comes running into the 7-Eleven with a machete. He says, "Where's Tony? Tony raped me missus." And Jeremy followed him. And the guy told Jeremy that Tony had raped his girlfriend. And he went, "Oh, that's right, Tony spotted the guy, Teague or whatever. I can't remember which one was which." And then Jeremy chased them, lost them. When somebody jumped over some fences, Jeremy called 911 and they found a victim in his house. Jeremy found the victim. There we go. That was the weird thing. Seems like when the police have opened up this bag, this is the bag of the alleged rapist, I assume. And they pulled that out. I mean, what are the chances? Jeremy not only, was the man on the scene of a horrible crime, but the guy happened to be a police impersonator. And it's just the world spins around. I'm checking these. What are they talking about? Oh, they got them in vending machines. Yeah, I just couldn't figure it out. I mean, they must be popular, because if the creams can walk around open carrying replica guns, I mean, everyone's got them, haven't they? I mean, I'd have two. What is MBI? Probably what it says on the shirt. That's probably a good clue. MBI. I mean, I've heard of FBI. Oh, there he is, very religious rapist. You know, and all rapists, good rapists, are very religious, of course. And he's into football. He's some type of artist. What is that? Nike paperwork. Could be. Combs? I thought they were knives. I actually thought they were knives. I was a bit. Surely. It's just weird as. Rosary beads. Is he very religious? Pray the rosary. Well, he did send a guy out. I can't remember from all that. Okay. I see. That's what I was like saying earlier about all the weird the hassle of multiple jurisdictions. You know, does every jurisdiction have a CSI department? Does every jurisdiction have a an organised crime unit? It just seems dumb. So MBI works within all the agencies. That's a good idea. They need that type of thing. Look like Combs, Claire. I'm going to call you Claire, alright? Yeah, the rapist sent the boyfriend away to get beer. So he obviously got back, found his girlfriend raped, and left the beer as you would. I mean, fair go. And it's just, I'm sorry, I just, it's not, I can't joke about that type of thing. It's just silly. And how scary is that? I mean, that's like something out of a movie. That is foul. Well, if he's a rapist, I don't care if we put him on YouTube. I did check he has been. He was done for it. I checked on one. What a moon face. I mean, seriously. What are those weird marks? Oh, they're just his head. I'm checking his tattoos and his fingernails. Skin under the fingernails. I think it's the other way around. I think the yeah, I better check on your comments. What's going on? This is a knife. That's a knife. That's not a knife. This is a knife. Yeah, I am. I'm in the control room right now, Stevie. That's exactly where I am. I'll show you. Look. Hey, that's where I am right now. Oop, and now I've got to get back up. Oh, wrong one. Probably doxed myself doing all that. Too bad. I'm not going to. This stream is probably going to release all my private details, my banking PIN numbers, a lot. You're all going to find out my name's actually. It's actually Joshua. That's my name, my secret name. Now I've got to figure out how to put those photos back on. Let's have a look. Livestream, get rid of that one. We've seen enough of those anyway. I mean, how many photos? I mean, it's just disgraceful anyway. What else can I show you? I know what I can show you. I actually got some interesting reports. And I can still put them in a video because there's only a few of us here. So I'll just show us. So don't tell anyone else about them. Only those in the live stream will get to see them until I release them in a video. It's basically insurance documents that recovered from Florida Department of Financial something or other. Remember the Metro State video when the guy knocked on Runya's door on the house, on the family home door in Osceola, and said, "Here, I'm the insurance investigator," and he was asking about insurance. Whatever that department is, that's what. Which, by the way, I'll say again, it seems that Jeremy's insurance investigation, as far as I can tell, is mainly about the vehicle insurances. It's not so much the break and enters, the Falsbergs, all that stuff. Seems to be mainly, he's been involved in a lot of accidents. And he's made claims for vehicles. Obviously, that a person, on personal insurance, we all know what he does. And they have actually made payments and then realised later that they're commercial vehicles. Give me a second, I have to concentrate. Go and sing to yourselves for a minute or something. Someone has to entertain for a moment. Do that for me, can you please, Jen? Entertain. No, it's alright. It's not a comb, mate. That's not a comb. This is a comb. Find something. Here you go. Found something interesting. Alright, this is about the Windermere bike. Yeah, if I could just zoom in on it, that'd just be excellent. But, can't be that easy, can it? And let's try this little thing, no? I know it's down here somewhere. Come on, pop out. Give me the zoom button. Come pops out like that. Where's the zoom button? Yeah, alright. You've probably seen this burglary report on several videos. I think I put it out on a couple of videos, this burglary report. I'm always noting Jeremy's burglary reports. On the 9th to the 5th, 18, you do your dates backwards, so that totally confuses me. On the 5th of the 9th, which is whatever. Alright. Jeremy DeWitt reported that an unknown person or persons entered his fenced property by breaking the lock on his gate. Once on his property, person stole his 2005 Honda motorcycle along with a trailer containing approximately 20 grand in tools and equipment. The loss occurred on the 9th of the 4th, 18 in Orlando, Florida. Loss occurred, what? So he reported it on the 5th of the 9th. The loss occurred on the 4th of the 9th. We didn't have time to report it. I didn't find it. Anyway, DeWitt has an extensive loss history and 2 prior theft claims. Both prior thefts led to the total loss of the stolen vehicles. DeWitt was recently referred to NICB 2918 by Assurance. He found that DeWitt had falsified an invoice. Oh, that sounds like him. Upon investigation of this loss, it was discovered that although DeWitt originally reported the theft of his 2005 Honda ST1300 motorcycle, VIN number blah blah blah, the motorcycle that was actually stolen and lost was a 2005 Honda ST1300 VIN. It was discovered that DeWitt did have an insurance policy on that motorcycle with Peak Property and Casualty, but that policy cancelled April 7 for non-payment. The claim was denied. Policy type editor, lost type in, lost description, insured Honda was stolen from his garage. Witness. So, FIU member made this report, and it's made to, I can't even read that. This is a fraud tip, basically, to Division of Investigative and Forensic Services, Florida Department of Financial Services or something. What else was interesting in this report? The complainant, so the insurance company has made the complaint. Century Insurance, a mutual company of insurance, Peak Property and Casualty Insurance, they're talking about. And the suspect, Jeremy Charles DeWitt, a person. No, he's a robot. Why would you put Jeremy Charles DeWitt a person? You think he is? I mean, I don't think they actually know him. Yeah, possibly Klaus, probably is. That's cool. Stick around, man, do what you want. Fraudy, speak on the tag discrepancies, mate. That's right. Okay, where's my padlock? Barry, you gone, have you? Come on, Bazzy, stick around a bit longer. Saint MN, FU, Joe Biden. Who's Joe Biden? Is he in the comments here somewhere? I haven't seen his name. Stevie, Robert, okay, I'm surprised. We go. Yeah, look, Jennifer's probably in a hole in the ground. Nah, she just found a new bloke, that's what she's done. She found a new fella. Simple. She saw what was coming. She had one in the cupboard, probably. Someone answered one of her ads. She probably put an ad in, whatever website she uses. Found a new fella and hit reset. Start again. We do know that she made, old school properly, saying he's a text. Possibly the person. He could be a person. What else we got in here? These reports. Bureau of Fire. Oh, that division. We've got a fire and arson explosive investigation. Primary address, Orange Blossom Trail storage unit. That's not Tony's place. What's the date on this one? Engine compartment fire in 2001, Ford Expedition, exposure to its 2000 Crown Vic. That's the car I was thinking of earlier, your old police car. Video shows no one near vehicle as fire starts in the engine. Yeah, he probably caught him. Yeah, Jeremy does rewire his own cars, so no wonder they're catching on fire. We've all seen the photo of the burnt cars, haven't we? Outside the storage unit, and it burns the car beside it. That's what this report is. There's Jeremy's phone number. You can all ring it. I'm sure Jennifer's probably holding that for him in the meantime. Why is there different subjects there? On Saturday, March 13, 2016, Orange County Fire Rescue requested the assistance of the State Fire Marshal's Office to investigate the origin and cause of a vehicle fire located at 3804N Orange Blossom Trail. What? 3804N? Is that a number? 3804N Orange Blossom Trail? All that is the road a trail? Is he living up a trail? The fire was reported to the fire department on March 13, 2016 at 4:16 a.m. Detective in Contreras arrived on scene and met with Officer Lieutenant, not Officer, OCFR Lieutenant White, and the facts and circumstances surrounding the fire were discussed. They were discussed with the disgusting fire. Lieutenant White related the fire damage to... Start again. Lieutenant White related the fire damage to vehicle of origin and the second vehicle parked next to it. There were no injuries reported as a result of this fire. Scene description. Yes, let me check the comments if I've missed anything. You still have for me, PT Bruiser? Doc, where you going? What's this lady? Hey. Where you all going? Stick around, man. Come on. I'm just getting started. Alright, Sarge, you can go. You're cool. Appreciate you coming and visiting. Thank you. We'll always have rhinos. Leave to work. What time is it? It's like in the morning here. It must be in the middle of the night for you. Oh, you're finishing work. Is it the afternoon? That's right. I did check this time for live stream for US time. Anyway, thanks, Sarge. See you, mate. Good on you. Yes, let's call you sir. That's right. Yeah, I don't know if the I'll put the microphone back in a second. I've got to put something there. And the gun. Dawn, okay, what's Dawn got a sandwich shop going now, is she? It's north near me, mate. North near me. What's north? Need sector 1. 2 minutes. I don't. It's a couple of drinks, maybe. Yeah, okay. Jeremy likes. Oh my God! Stop with the Jeremy jokes, FL. Jeremy's not in PC. Never goes to PC. Not since he was like 20 years old when he thought he was going to get murdered. I show you the videos of the actual documents of him not being in PC. People still don't believe me. I had one YouTuber argue with me, made videos about it, that he had the connection to the guy, the secret contact. And even when I showed him the documents, he still wouldn't believe. Gave me the, if you say so, he said. If you say so. Anyway, I don't know what got on that. Alright, scene description. The fire occurred to a 2001 Ford Expedition. Whatever that is, obviously a Ford. Bearing Florida tag, okay, it's got a tag on it. The second vehicle damaged was a 2007 Ford Crown Vic bearing Florida tag. What do you call them tags anyway? It's what the rego. We don't call them tags. I know what it is because I hear it on TV all the time, but that's your rego. What's your rego, mate? The vehicles were parked facing west in the driveway of a self-storage facility. That's Jeremy's office. He's using the self-storage facility as his office. There was no damage to the structure as a result of the fire. Both vehicles are owned by Metro State Special Services Vehicle Protection Unit. Examination of the exterior burn patterns disclosed fire travelled. Hang on, I've missed a bit there. Now, the Detective Conterrero's fire scene examination was documented with digital photographs that were recorded to a compact disc. Gee, they're old school, aren't they? And are being retained in the case file located at the State Fire Marshal's Office, Orlando Field Office. Examination of the exterior burn pattern disclosed fire travelled from the engine compartment to the passenger compartment. The hood was completely burned away, as well as a significant portion of the engine. That's Jeremy's wiring. Remember, he learned wiring when he was overseas defusing bombs, so he can't do wiring. Jokes aside, Jeremy's probably excellent at wiring up cars. It's probably the best thing, the only thing he can do well. I mean, you've got to look at all those vehicles. He did all that. I don't know if you mucked around with electronics on cars and stuff, but once you start getting into it, you get really good at it. And if you do it enough, you know, it's not that hard. And he would have been doing it every day. He would have known what he was doing. But obviously not on this occasion. So anyway, that's if he didn't just burn it himself. I mean, I'm just pretending that it was actually an accidental fire. I mean, he burned it himself one way or another, either on purpose or accidentally. Let me check. Interior examination revealed bucket seats in the front and a bench seat in the rear, and a cargo area of the passenger compartment. Yeah, I think most cars have those things. The combustible material in the dashboard sustained extensive fire and heat damage, and it melted into the floor in front of the compartment. The metal components under the dashboard also suffered heavy damage. The top portion of the steering wheel was burned away, and the combustible materials were missing from the top of the metal seat frames, indicating direction of fire travel. Well, I suppose if you're into that type of stuff, you can tell these things. From the engine compartment. All four wheels were on the vehicle, but the front two tyres were burned away. Oh, I've seen some bad car fires. We had bushfires regularly. About 10 years ago, we had some terrible bushfires, and some of the cars were just melted heaps. You couldn't even recognise. They were just, the asphalt had melted off some of the roads. The fire was so evil. And the cars, you could barely tell they were cars. It was like bits of wire, and it was just not good. Normally, when we have bushfires, you see the cars, and you can still see the cars, they're burnt and blackened, but every 10, 20 years we have bad bushfires. They're like nuclear bombs. And that's the evil we live with in Australia. This part of Australia, anyway. What are we up to? The Crown Victoria sustained melting to the paint, trim and mirror on the driver's side as it was parked next to the passenger side of the Expedition. I'm sure you can all remember it. I could probably find a photo somewhere, but I'm not going to hunt it out at the moment. But I'm sure you've all seen the photo of the car. I think it's like an SUV. Well, we saw it up there, Ford Expedition, so now I know what that is. And it's got the sedan next to it. And it's got the bloke checking it out. No samples were collected. Detective in Conterera interviewed vehicle owner Jeremy DeWitt on a digitally recorded audio. Mr. DeWitt advised the vehicle was last used at about 12 p.m. on Friday, March 11, 2016. Mr. DeWitt advised the vehicle was purchased in November from the New Jersey State Police with only 50,000 miles in my ass. That's right, they sell them with only 50,000 on them. New Jersey, that's a city, right? Is that like a city police station? Is that where the Sopranos is made? New Jersey? Is that like a suburb, or is that like a whole island? Or anyway, 50,000 Ks or miles, whatever you want to call it, is just doesn't seem logical. But anyway, someone else is sending me pictures now. Detective in we read that bit. Detective in Contrera, obtained security video from the property owner, James Baker. The video clearly shows the fire starting in the engine compartment with no persons present. I suppose Jeremy's not stupid enough to go and see his own car on camera. Maybe his own camera, but not somebody else's. The check of the vehicle's VIN on the Ford Recall website reveals that it was not brought in for remediation of a defective cruise control module. What? Have you had a recall on cruise controls on Fords over there, I'm guessing? damage to Mr. DeWitt's vehicle appears consistent with photos of damage to other Ford vehicles posted online that had the faulty module. Well, he's got the old faulty module. Faulty module. the old faulty module excuse. Based on the fire-scene investigation conducted by the State Fire Marshal's Office, Detective O'Contrere determined that the March 12, 2016 fire, which damaged 2001 Ford Expedition and a 2007 Ford Crown Vic located at 384 North Orange. See, now I figured out what it was, Doc. North Orange, Blossom Trail, down the Bush Trail, was classified as accidental. The only time he's ever had a legit, clean accident. The one only time. Because I don't think he's smart enough to have a timer set to burn his car. He's just not that clever. There's my module replacement. Oh, he's probably trying to buy those defective modules. He's probably on eBay trying to get defective modules for all of his cars. Oh, what else we got? Got a few of these. Can't show you them all. That's just giving away all the secrets. Yeah, that's enough. Can't show you more. I've got to have secrets. Can't show you everything. Besides, 10 o'clock in the morning. Missus going to wake up soon, and I can't be in here talking. It'll just be weird if she gets up and hears me wandering talking to myself. That's why I did it this time, because nobody would know what I was doing. Alright. Did I miss anything amazing? Look at all your comments. Oh my god, people have been giving me chat. Who is giving me super chat? That can't be right. Chat revenue. That is unbelievable. That is so cool. I've got to go through whoever you are. Thanks. As, you know, you're paying for all this stuff. I'll say again, this channel has had no advantage. I'm no smarter than any other channel. The only advantage I have had is that you guys have helped me pay for the FIO request. Every other channel can do the same thing I do. The advantage I have is people out there are helping me do this. Without that help, it would be nothing. You wouldn't be seeing anything. There's no secret to it. It's just a matter of having the right people help you. If you have the right people help you, you can do good stuff. And I enjoy it. I'm having a good time doing it. Jeremy Johnson, he's being sued for insurance fraud. Yeah, he's definitely being sued now by the taxi company. They're not going to get a cent out of him, and they're going to pay to sue him. It's going to cost them money. And I've been told that if you're in Florida, they can't claim your house. Although last time I looked, I was having trouble finding listings for his name on his property. But then somebody else told me, no, you're dreaming, mate. It's fine. They checked it up, and they could find it. What else can we talk about? Vidler being terminated is disgraceful. You can argue all day over that arrest. That arrest was legit. It should not have been decided by the General Counsel whether that unarrest happened. It should have been decided by a judge the next day. Vidler's superiors agreed with that. Vidler's captain agreed with that. Vidler's lieutenant agreed with that. When Vidler made that phone call in the car, he was informing his captain, because they have rules, any metro state stuff, and especially Jeremy, they have to call the captain and tell him what's going on. He called it in. He told them where he was taking Jeremy. His captain said, I think it was his captain or his lieutenant, I hate to say that, captain or his lieutenant, but his superior officer said, don't you do the interview, Keith, get John to do it. Corporal Ramsey, get Ramsey to do it. Ramsey didn't want to do it. He was ordered to do it. And it's not illegal, it's not immoral, it's not unethical. And so he did it against his better judgment. But he does what's right. He's a cop. That's what they do. And he knew he was going to get in trouble for it. He spoke amongst themselves and made some jokes about knowing they're going to get in trouble. And sure enough, it happened. And what else am I putting on? I can't say about that. So anyway, we all seen the interview. If, by the way, try and find that interview on Copwatch, the part 2, the sit-down interview, go and search it, because I can't see it there anymore. I've got it downloaded, but it's not on YouTube anymore, which is kind of weird. So Ramsey got in trouble also for the Tony issue. I don't know if you all remember Tony, the landlord. The lien on the car. So Tony came in. Tony first met Ramsey, or Ramsey met Tony when Tony rang the police to the property, the Metro State property, which was Tony's property. And there that goes. So Tony rings up, says, "I've been locked out of my office, out of my own office. Come down and help me. This bloke, Jeremy DeWitt, has locked me out. He's on this property." And so, being a Metro State call, somehow the call was directed to Keith, to Bidler. I don't know. I know his name's Keith. It's just easy to say. He's not a mate. I don't call him Keith. He's not. I don't know him any better than the next person. But we'll call him Keith because he's not actually Sergeant anymore, is he? But we'll still give him that name, Sergeant Bidler. It'll always be Sergeant Bidler to us. So anyway, they both turned up. Sergeant Bidler turned up with Ramsey at that property. Tony's there going, "Look what Jeremy does. There's this bloke that I was helping out. He's written me off. I lent him money for a tow truck and he's given me this weird paperwork. Is it real?" And Ramsey looked at the paperwork. He checked it on his screen. They got their computers in your cars over there. Your police cars have computers. I mean, we do too. But ours are connected up with wires. They have to, when the police car stops, they have to plug it in. Anyway, Ramsey checked it and came out and said, "Tony, these liens are real, but it's actually not on that tow truck you think it is. It's on something else." Tony was upset over that. In the meantime, Tony was saying, "I want to get into my office." And Bidler looked in the window and said, "No, mate, I'm not getting in there. It's locked up, can't touch it." And Ramsey said, "No, we can't break in, but you can. It's your office, mate. Don't kick the door in." But Tony, being an elderly gentleman, didn't have the strength and didn't do it. And that was the end of that story. Tony did turn up at the police station, sheriff's office, whatever you call it, bloody thing, at a later stage with more paperwork to see Ramsey. He wanted to talk to Ramsey about it. Ramsey said he'd look at it. He looked at it, said, "No, it's a civil matter, nothing I can do unless something else comes up." Sure enough, when they did a search warrant on the property after Jeremy was arrested and they did the search warrant stuff and they got all the videos, they found video that would suggest that it wasn't just a civil matter, that Jeremy planned the scam all along. The way that Jeremy recorded Tony and tried to word it so, Ramsey thought it was a criminal matter and he took it to another unit, some type of intel unit or something. They were going to look at it. I think that was about then the next thing, the whole investigation was shut down. Yeah, Doc, that tow truck's not real. You're definitely right. Damage to the tow truck, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, that tow truck definitely has problems. They even had problems when they had it I mean, it's an underlift tow truck anyway. It's a shit tow truck. For the type of work that, you know, Jeremy is not going to be a smash tow truck operator. You can't go out and attend accidents because you have to have a license for that. And anything that needs a license, you need a clean record. He hasn't got either of those. So the only type of towing he could do would be like the crappy after write-off. I don't know what you guys call it. Basically, you know, if you've been in an accident, your car gets towed by a licensed tow truck driver to a storage facility or a panel shop, gets written off, and then it gets towed from a panel shop to the auction yard. And that's about the only part of the tow that he'd be eligible to do. It's the most nastiest, cheapest part of towing. It's where the low end of towing. You know, you often don't get paid half the time. It's where people with poor equipment work. And it's very competitive. So that's how he got work doing it, because nobody wants to do it. Even in Australia, it's, you know, the little that I know about towing, it's even in this side of the world, it's a bad part of, you know, it's pay shit money. But his truck is no good for that. Right? He's got a wheel lift. They want tilt trays. They want rollbacks, whatever I think you call them, rollbacks. And so they weren't happy with him anyway. And when they saw him on the news, I'm sure you've all heard that interview with the guy from Copart, where he says all that. Anyway, back to the point. Forgot what that point was. Hey, bad Billy. Point was, yeah, Tony. So Tony wanted the case to go ahead. Ramsey wanted it to be prosecuted. Ramsey even suggested Jeremy be charged with elderly abuse. And he had a list of what he thought they had probable cause for. One of them was elderly abuse, fraud, the usual things. And then, obviously, the whole Metro State thing got shut down. Call it what you like, shut down. Some will say it was logistics. Some will say it was weird. Some will say it's because of corruption. I don't know. It's definitely strange. And those deputies definitely think it's not right the way I'll shut down. Their superiors say it's just normal, just management making decisions. Those further down the line disagree and say there was problems with it right from the start. They could never understand why certain rules of engagement, as they referred it to, were made on that investigation. Hey, Vicky. The sun should be coming up with you as well. Yeah, Texas has to be inspected. Commercial plates, you need additional plates per country or toll, yeah. Yeah, Texas, but is that for towing of, that would be towing of accident towing or roadside breakdowns? They're different things, you know. I don't know about in America, but in Australia, there's different levels of towing. A tow truck that attends accidents has to have a license, and they go through allocation. Only Vic Roads call them. You know, DMV, I think. You know, the DMV call them, Roads call. They tell you who can attend an accident, and you have to buy a license. It costs around $200,000 for a towing license in Melbourne. $200,000, you get a special number plate to put on your tow truck. Tow truck has to be all registered and all the rest of it. But you get allocated the accidents to attend. Only a certain amount of licenses are sold. It's all controlled. It's like, you know, the Nazis. They tell which tow truck can attend which accidents. Sorry, I'm trying to read comments at the same time. Going off that point, but basically, yeah, it's and then there's another level for tow trucks, which is accident and breakdown. But basically, the licensing is about the people. It's not so much the vehicles; it's the fact that you're dealing with the public. And the person who picks up accidents and breakdowns, the RACV as we call it, Royal Automotive Club, RACV, Royal Automotive Club Victoria, which is the English one, RAC. Anyway, I think you call it AAA. So you're dealing with the public. So you're dealing with women on their own, broken down on the side of the road in the middle of the night. So you have to have some type of licensing and things like that. The trucks have to be registered and the usual stuff. So Jeremy couldn't do any of that stuff because he couldn't get a license or a registration with anything that required honesty involved. No fighting. Where are we up to? So the Tony investigation got Ramsey into trouble. It didn't go down well for him. We've all seen the email, where they had to finish by a certain date. And they were told if they continued working on the investigation after that date, they would be disciplined. So one of the things Ramsey didn't do was fill out a report for that. Well, one, he wasn't doing an investigation on it, so why does he need the report? But he's supposed to do a report because he didn't look into it a bit. But he didn't have time, and he was ordered to stop. He was ordered not to do any reports. He was ordered not to do any more work. The investigation was over. So that's one of the reasons he's in trouble, which is just ridiculous. Well, how you can't win? Why didn't you fill out a report, Corporal Ramsey? Because I was ordered not to. Okay, so you're going to be disciplined now. It's about how it went. So I hear. That's the rumour. That's, I don't know how true that is. And I'm sure something like that. We'll just pretend that's the way it went. Won't we? What else can I tell you? What do you want to know? What secrets? I'll tell you all the secrets. Did PT post the Ramsey interview yet? Not that I've heard. DD slept through his funeral. DD, I think you mean the other bloke, but okay. He's been on. Alright, come on. I don't want to start hanging shit on the other guys, because I have to hang shit on all of you equally. Every one of these channels I can hang shit on, believe me. Only on the good bloke. Yeah. There's a place for all of us. Every single channel, he does things in a different way. It's not, if I only listen to my channel. Because the next channel, he's given other stuff. The more people digging into Jeremy DeWitt and find out the crap that he's been doing, the better. I'm going to cut this stream now. I've had enough of you. You're all just being mean to me. Nobody's said anything nice for ages. Nobody's made me laugh. Haven't got enough smiley faces. Sure don't see any super chats there. Fuck you all. I've had enough. Anyway, I have had enough. It's been a while. I've been at this, I don't know how long. I'm sure it's written on the screen somewhere. This has been our first one. Thanks, Vicky. Good on you, Vicky. Thank you. Thank you, Stovey. Good on you, man. Thanks, Dawn. It was a bit weird at first, but, got easier with going on. It's very hard to sit here and talk to yourself. Good on you, PT. Thanks, man. I don't know how people do this on a regular basis. I can only do it because it's like, it's 8 o'clock in the morning now, but I think we started this at 6 or something, so nobody can hear what I'm doing. But it'd be weird if other people are in the house. It'd be weird. But anyway, alright, we've had enough. We saw the Alec video. We saw some insurance reports. And, what more? Frauding. Hey, yeah, let's put some music on. That's what we can do. Yeah, we've got to do that. We've got to put the new music on. Where's that? We've got to put the frauding music on. I don't have it recorded anywhere. I just have to play one of the videos where it's got one of my favourite bits. I should record an actual song. I make it different for every single video. I don't have it ready to go. I have the music and then I add the beats for every single video is different. Every video I've put out has got a different do it beat. It's got the same music backtrack. Where do you put it? Come on. You found one. I'm going to find one. Kill these. Come on.
Who is this guy? Put him in the car. Put him in the car.
I like this one.
And that motorcycle has that tag. Calm down. He's saying I stole the bike. Sergeant?
Jeremy would never have been caught if it wasn't for that.
The motorcycle 2005 model. 10-4-22, Lieutenant, out of OPD.
The tag was stolen off another motorcycle. That motorcycle was stolen. We were given the tag back by Orange County Sheriff's Office, and then that tag was given to us by the Department of Motor Vehicles. Sergeant? Calm down. Put him in the car. Put him in the car.
The motorcycle 2005 model. 10-4-22, Lieutenant, out of OPD.
Sergeant, get your lieutenant, please. Judge is already cleared. Who is this guy? Oh, that's Jeremy right there? The tag was stolen off another motorcycle.
Too loud.
100% above board.
Yeah, I need some hotkeys for some noises. So this is the video for the Windemy bike. So yeah, we spoke about this earlier. The bike he first reported, he didn't pay the insurance policy on it. It just ran out. So, of course, what does Jeremy do? Different bike. Wasn't that bike, mate? I mixed it up.
I have the registration for that vehicle, Sergeant.
I was talking.
And that motorcycle has that tag.
Talking. Yep, I'm talking. It's coming through, I hope.
And the Department of Motor Vehicles issued the registration sticker for that tag.
Thanks, PT. That's better.
The tag was stolen off another motorcycle.
We've all got our own command centers,
Whenever we're done
Toby.
running the 2829 on the bike and I can verify the registration, we can move forward. Who is this guy?
Turn the volume up, Kaylee. Klee. I'm going to call you Klee. That's you. Yeah, that's him. That's all I have too, Stogie. Good on your PT for those things. Good on you. That is cool, eh? And I've had enough. I'm switching it off. I might. No, I've shown documents here that I don't want to put on videos yet. That stuff was only for our live stream. I don't see any point in putting it up because I can't see much interest in a boring live stream that goes for 2 hours. Disconnecting. Goodbye. See you later. Have another video out in the next couple of days. We'll probably put that Alec video out soon, where the manager will edit it down to a 2-minute video. That's about all in it. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you've learnt some stuff. Oh, PT, you were just blowing me away. This brother. G'day, Katie. Thanks, Kim. Alright, see you, Vicky. See you, Rob. See you, Stovey. See you, PT. See you, Kim. See you, Beetle, Jesse, Vicky, Stovey. I already said goodbye to you. And of course you, Cole. Cole, see you, mate. It's going to turn off, Dawn. I know you're there somewhere too, Jen. Klaus. See you, Klausy. Disconnecting. Gonna end it now. Not yet. That's right, I'm ending it.